have a special guest tonight, TJ Boss Ward of the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to bring him on. How you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Good, good. It's a pleasure to have you here on the Real Men Talk Show, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
No problem. Just to get right into the show a little bit, and I used to love seeing hard-hitting football. And today the game seems to be changing. I understand they want to protect players, but for me, I loved to see the hard-hitting. It was hard-hitting that made me watch football. And I want to know, how do you feel about the rule changes to where the game is changing?
Well, I play a physical position, on defense, so I don't really like the rule changes too much. But I understand where they're coming from with the safety aspect and trying to keep players healthy and have longer careers and not have to worry about, the post-career issues as far as concussions and things like that. So it's kind of, I disagree with it during the game, but I know, it's going to help during the long term. And part of my game is, I'm a hard hitter. I like to knock people out, get the ball out, make them pay for catching the ball or doing whatever they're doing. So, it kind of infringes on what I like to do, but, I can understand it.
Now, this is my question that I have as a fan. It's like, well, what you can't hit him in the helmet, but you don't want to blow somebody's legs out, so you don't want to hit him low. So the mentality of the guys, the defensive backs in the league, saying, okay, well, I'm gonna just have to hurt this player's legs, so because I hit hard, like you hit hard. So now if you hit as hard as you hitting, and you hit somebody's legs, you can end somebody's career like that. So is the league aware that, if people start hitting lower, they can permanently take them out the game that way as well?
I think they're aware of it, but I think the bigger issue is the concussions and, those helmet-to-helmet hits because of the backlash they're getting from previous players. They're getting sued, and then it becomes a money issue. So I think that's all tied in together. But it wouldn't be that big of an issue if everything was called the same, if all, big hits and supposedly helmet-to-helmets were all called the same. But it's such a discrepancy in how these flags are being thrown and who's getting fined and who's not, then you kind of don't know what to do.
Absolutely. And speaking of the fines, I seen that hit, when you smack Shipley up, and for me, as a fan, I understand I don't want to see nobody get hurt, but as a fan, I was jumping up and down like TJ laid hat to that boy. I'm like, smack. I mean, you had my whole house over here rocking because on Sundays we smoking a barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Family all over. So I mean, we enjoy football Sunday, and when I seen that hit, man, you have my household rocking over here, man. And as a fan, I love to see you play. I love to see hard hits, man. I love to see hard-hitting football, and I appreciate that you bring hard-hitting football like they used to in the old days, man. I appreciate that.
Man, I appreciate you liking that because I think there's a lot of households, just like you said, they get together, they enjoy the old-school aspect of football, and now that it's kind of being taken away, people still watch football because it's a great game, outside the hard hits. And it's still very entertaining, but it's just one of the core ingredients that people are going to kind of have to get used to not being there.
Speaking of the Bay Area, I'm a Niner fan myself. I love to see in a Niner jersey, but across the Bay,
man, me too.
Them Raiders, them Raiders need their services ASAP. Those will sure up will be a sure hand tackler that they need on that defense.
All right, let's not turn this show into bashing the Raiders, man.
Wait, he might retire. He might retire if he got traded to the Raiders. Come on now, y'all. That's just dirty.
Being back in the Bay Area, I love the Bay Area. That's where my heart is. So, either way, it'll be good. But, like I said before, I love to play my career with one team, and hopefully I can stay with the Browns, get these wins going, and, have a long, healthy career.
Real Man Talk Show. Real Man Talk Show, that's that shit I like. Real Man Talk Show, listen up, that shit tight. It's Red Rose, Young Lord on the mic. Check it out, this that shit that Nick like. Mike Ramone, man, this so tight.
shirt coat. Man, that's so nice. The niggas talking sports, that shit is for life. Them niggas thinking outside the box. Mouthpiece, knock a get out his socks. Real man talk show got me living life. Here we go, and I got it, and you get it right.
Since I got it, that means you gon' get it right. Real man talk show.